Alright, so I guess the first thing I want to talk about, I'm just gonna make this video like more of a conversation, I guess. Like what I really want to talk about is the whole thing between, like, let's say like PC, of course the PC master race, and or console, console gamers, console peasants, whatever you want to call them, I kind of got the idea from somebody that I was watching. His name's Bulletberry. I really do enjoy his videos because some people say like the stupidest shit when it comes to like actually differentiating between a console and a PC. Considering that a PC is a lot more powerful than a console, but that aside, this gameplay is just gonna be running in the background. It's Battlefield 4, so I'll keep it going. I was gonna play Battlefield 1, but then I thought I would probably rage too much. So let's start things off first. For the first of all, like, a PC can play games at over what? At like as many FPS as your PC can handle, I guess, considering from your graphics card, like right now, what I have a 1070, but I could play everything over 100 FPS at ultra settings, which is ideal. I think that's more than what I was actually asking for. Like on this game, I was probably getting over 140, 160 probably. I'm not too sure. Like, I am thinking about upgrading to 1080 Ti, not right now, but later on, maybe next year, upgrading to 1080 Ti, and that way I'll have no problems for years to come. But that being aside, like, what? Like, let's do a little bit of research here, okay? Like, a PC can have up to, what's the standard right now, like 4.9 gigahertz with the new Intel i9s, I believe. And let's see.
Hey, I need a mechanic over here.
And the Xbox One has 8 gigabytes of DDR3 clocked at 2.1 gig. Well, yeah, basically 2.1 gigahertz. Or 2133 megahertz. It's not bad, I guess, Like the CPU at a standard Xbox One is 1.75. Okay. The GPU clock speed is at 853. Originally 800 megahertz. Okay, now let's take that into account. Okay. Let's go to the PS4 specs. All right. I don't think the PS4 is much better in the sense. A PS4 clocks in at 1.6 as well. I mean, it's not really much better. GPU is at 1152, so the GPU is a little bit better. The PlayStation 4 goes off of GDDR5 RAM, which is at 5500 megahertz, which is a lot better as well. I'll give it that. But let's say that my PC, which runs at 3.5 gigahertz on the CPU, and on a GPU, what I have, I don't even know, honestly. It's a lot, but like on a Xbox One or a PS4, you're stuck at either 30 FPS, and on a PC, there's really no limit as long as your graphics card can handle it, or if you tone down settings, right? Like, you don't have to keep changing hardware or buying a new PS4 or a new Xbox or anything like that. You could just like tone down the settings if a game is too graphical extensive and just switch it off. It's simple. There's not much you have to do. But like, I look at Bulletberry's videos, and I'll leave his link in the description as well because I do enjoy them. So, he has a lot of points, A lot of things that people have said, talking about how the Xbox One is superior and the Xbox One is where all of the, I would say, more competitive aspects go to, which is a complete lie. Everyone knows that it all depends, Like, PC, you have League of Legends, you have Dota, you got like so many. You got CSGO, now you got Rainbow Six Siege, and it expands in a variety of ways. Rocket League is also on PC. Oh, it's for all of them, I guess. But the point is, an Xbox One or a PS4 is nowhere near as powerful as a PC, or as powerful as you can make a PC. Considering an Xbox costs $500, right, or $400, you can make a PC similar to that, but more powerful, have better looking graphics than that. Also, you don't want to be gaming on a Mac as well. That's one thing. A Mac can't handle games. You should never game on a Mac. That's a terrible idea. Jesus, I'm looking at the video and my shots are just terrible, and I get knifed. Great. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah. And considering with the PC, you can do everything. You can use mouse and keyboard, you can use a controller, you can use VR, you can do all these different things with it, and you won't get the same experience on a console. Like, there are substitutes to keyboard and mouse on a console, right? But it ain't as reactive as they would be on a PC. It's the same thing with a controller. Like, I use my controller sometimes for games when I need to on PC, and it works a lot more better than I would actually in a console, in my opinion. Maybe it's the FPS, but you know, it's still more beneficial to have a PC than to have an actual console. Like I could do both, you know. I have console and I have PC, but I prefer PC because it looks, not only does it look better, it performs better, and I get more out of it. Another thing, I guess, with consoles, like, everything's switching to digital, right? Which isn't a bad idea. It's actually a pretty good idea. But like, let's say like we have Steam and we have Kingwin and we have G2A. We have all these things. There's always sales. There's always discounts. Sometimes when games come out, we get them like $10 to $30 off of the original price. You know, it's a lot. It's a big difference when it comes also to money saving. Like, what is that game that came out? I don't remember. Shit. Like, there was a game that recently came out. It was instantly $39 to $38 on G2A. Within the amount of time it was released. Now, that's actually pretty good. I would rather choose that over, like, let's say $50 to $60 any day. Especially if it's like one of those Windows to Xbox kind of games like Gears of War, where you buy it once, you get them for both. Like, and also people always mention about the console wars when they talk about PC. They're like, oh, you know, well, with PC you gotta keep upgrading, you gotta keep switching out parts, and that's not necessarily true. Like I said before, you can just lower down your settings, and there you go, the game's playable. It's simple. You don't have to keep dishing out new products or anything like that. But let's say when a new Xbox comes out or a new PlayStation comes out, you're gonna have to buy it in order to play the new games for it. As the PCs, we just, oh, it's there. Why don't we just download it? And it's playable. We don't really have to do much in the saying that we have to buy new things for it. Like, my PC will last me for about 4 years, maybe more than that. While, let's say, your Xbox, when it gets outdated and a new one comes out, you're gonna have to obviously buy the new one, right? The point of the matter is, whether you buy a PC or whether you have a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One or a Nintendo Wii, whatever the case may be, it doesn't really matter. Like, are you really that obsessed or that much of a fanboy that you would actually distinguish between a console? I wouldn't think so. Like, I prefer gaming on my PC, 100%, but only because I have more options. I have more freedom to do so. With PC, we get more, like, I would say, developer options. You know, we could change field of view, we could change from ultra on everything to the max settings. We can change so many things and leave things out that we don't need. Like, right now when you're watching this Battlefield 4 gameplay, everything's on ultra settings. Now, it looks fantastic to me, on at least my opinion. I have a 144 hertz monitor, right, at 1080p, and it runs smooth as butter. And it's one of the best things that I've actually bought. But don't differentiate between consoles and PC, because one thing, consoles won't beat PC. Another thing they were talking about was how with consoles you don't have a wait time. It's like a plug and play. They don't understand with PC it's the same way too. Like, sure, some people build PCs, but you can buy PCs that are already built, so you just plug and play, right? So it's kind of the same concept. You're not really having anything new, you know. I mean, PC has a lot of ups and downs as well. Don't get me wrong, but we have more ups than downs when it comes to, like, let's say an Xbox One. You know, I like my Xbox One. Don't get me wrong. It's a good. I like it because that's where I play my Call of Duty and my Battlefield 1, my Overwatch, and stuff like that. But to say that one thing is better than the other is completely wrong. I see them both as being the same, except on PC, it just looks 10 times better. In my opinion, the PC does win, but not like in a sense of oversight or glory or anything like that, you know? I like both consoles and PCs, so in my opinion, they both should be looked at as being good, or if not great. So, my opinion, as it stands, console peasants really need to stop like dick riding like Microsoft and Sony, because that shit ain't gonna happen, you know? With PC, we have everything already enlisted to us. Not only that, we get test builds, I wouldn't say test builds, I would say test servers. That way we can test out the products of the companies earlier than, let's say, you guys would. But the way it stands is PC wins as it should, you know, graphical wise, performance wise. Like, people say that Xbox One or PS4, even though the Pro is more powerful than PC, you are absolutely wrong. Like, I don't see how you guys will never know how wrong you are for that statement. But hey, nobody does their research, right? And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. I haven't edited any videos in a while because, well, you know, Sony Vegas Pro was giving me shit, but I fixed it, so now I am able to edit videos like this more often. Anyways, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one, man. Peace.